Greetings. Good afternoon, ladies and good evening. Welcome to Cork with the North podcast. Thank you so much to everybody who has been watching and listening or whatever the fuck you've been doing. Listen, it's grand. We appreciate it. We don't know who you are or where you're from, but we look at the numbers and we're doing good at the moment. And we're getting better all the time. And that's because of you. Tell people that you listen to this podcast. Tell people it's a bad podcast so they'll listen to it. They'll come on, they'll slag it off, and then they'll comment on it and it helps the algorithm. So the more you hate, the more we make. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit today about our merchandise, the original merchandise. As you can see here, if you're watching on YouTube, this is the Cork with the North t-shirt. This is a size small. These are the originals. We've only got 30 of these, and then that's it. They're gone. The next print comes in. We'll have quotes on. We might have avatars. We'll have different designs. But we have done these ones plain with the crest, with the logo on it. So we've sold quite a few so far. So if you want to buy them, click the link. Go onto my website. Go onto to Shopify. Go on to the. It's all in the link. It's on my Instagram. It's everywhere. I mean, I shouldn't have to spoon feed you that, but it's everywhere. So you can buy the t-shirt individually. Also, the Cork with the North mug, they're available as well. You can buy two together to get a bit of a discount. We know how to sell. Or you can buy the mug on its own. These are the original mugs, but they're going to change in a couple of weeks because we're going to put in a gap in here. We're going to put in a little avatar. So you want to get the original ones. You can have them be like, oh, there was only limited edition. Limited edition because we fucked up the print. Okay, let's be honest. So send us money, right? We want money for the t-shirts and we want money for the mugs, and it's all on the links, all right? But yeah, we've sold quite a few, and to everybody who has bought stuff so far, we do appreciate it, and thanks for buying it. And yeah, so that's all we want to do. Give you a little bit of merch. You can wear it to bed. You can wear it when you're playing football. You can wear it when you come to some of the live podcasts. You could just have it. Who knows how long this podcast is going to last? I've got a feeling we're treading water. We can't afford to keep the lights on, but if you keep buying, we'll keep going. Anyway, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Cork in the North, another episode. We have you ever heard of the Instagram page Little Penny Thoughts? Well, I didn't until a while ago. And then I looked on it and I was like, oh, Jesus, it's full of quotes. Why is it so popular? It's full of quotes. Who's running it? Oh, there's a woman from Tyrone. Of course she's from Tyrone. It's all fucking like, oh, now I know who my real friends are.
No.
It's stuff like that, isn't it?
Annette.
We've got Annette, ladies and gentlemen, from Little Penny Thoughts. How are you?
What's the crack, Andrew?
Thank you so much for coming on. We've met before.
We did.
Yeah.
But, you know...
Annette Kelly.
I starstruck that day.
What?
I was starstruck.
You were starstruck?
Just totally starstruck.
Well, you meet Decky, was it? Or when you came into the radio?
Just a normal day for you. Like, okay. Everyone hanging around your cars and all. And,
that's happened today.
You know, and
somebody's been hanging around, which is fine. Nice people. Annette, what were you doing in Q Radio that day we met?
I work alongside the Irish News, a part of their Young Newsreaders project. Young Newsreaders project. And then there was a school trip for kids, and then they got to go in and do like a wee tour of the radio.
This was a school from Derry.
Yeah, St. Owens.
St. Owens.
Shout out to St. Owens.
Yeah.
Kids, do you like kids?
No. Can you not tell from my energy?
Sounds up there, but I know fair play. They were buzzing.
They're good. I interviewed one of the kids and we played it out on the radio. Oh, they were lovely kies, lovely school, and good teachers as well. The teachers were great.
Yeah. I used to be a teacher.
Were you a teacher?
Yeah, I left teaching to do this.
So
just to go about saying
but everybody knows you. Like everybody. No. Can I just say, like in what I watch, I'm not buying a book of quotes for myself. But okay. It's so good. On what I've looked at it, it is so popular and so good. How before you were teaching, and how did you come up with the idea? Because you're one of the success stories here in the North, like, you know what I mean, of self-made kind of thing, aren't you?
Well, probably, you know, maybe during that time I was teaching, but I knew that there was something else in me, you know, that I wanted to explore and do. That didn't want to be not stuck in the classroom, because I loved the classroom and loved the wains and all.
The wains.
But there was something saying, no, Annette, you know, you're not going to be here all your life, you know.
And were you tired from teaching? Because it does grind you down, does it?
I would say, a wee bit burnt out, and then like I would find like words of wisdom, like quotes. The kids sometimes got me going, you know.
And where would you find these words? Was because you've developed that into a business?
You know, sometimes like people would like send me them on WhatsApp.
Oh yeah.
Or like, and then, you know, I would find them on Google, say, and then I had to put them on my personal page. And then my friend would ring me and be like, here, Nettie, you all right? Like,
yeah.
And I'd be like,
that kind of stuff kind of.
But do you know what I mean? But maybe back in the day, there would have been more cheese. But you're talking about,
Starting off.
like, say, starting off, like,
What's for you won't
no,
pass you.
you see, that
I
grinds
I
my
would like to
gears.
do a book on the opposite of quotes.
yeah, but you should.
What's for you has passed you. Move on.
I love that. See, that's that's being a realist, right? And also, like, I'm not into toxic positivity.
I hate it.
But some people think they have this perception of me because of probably the brand, because it's like clouds, but you know, clouds and stars, whatever, and moon, and I love all that. But I do not like spurt glitter from my backside.
You're doing something that's that can help people, give them a little bit of positivity. You're not trying to overdo it.
No, I don't want to shove positivity down their throat, you know, but I want to like give, like, words can hurt or words can heal, and I want to stop people in their tracks in this absolute hectic world that we live in. And sometimes there's like, you know, scroll hole. Do you ever fall into a scroll hole?
Or a deep dive, as I call it.
Yeah, same thing.
An algorithm prison
Yeah.
sentence kind of thing.
So yeah, so basically, and stop people in their tracks and think, you know what? Yes, but I don't want to patronise people or add cheese. But maybe some people do think it's cheesy. But that, see what you said there, what's for you won't go by you. That's a cliche. I know people say, I just don't, it doesn't wash with me.
Yeah.
It's the same as walking into Primark and you see these t-shirts. You got this. You got what? What have you got, Andrew?
Yeah. What have I got? I've got
What?
fucking self-esteem and financial problems if I'm shopping in Primark.
I love
Can't
that.
afford to go to fucking...
Oh, no, I like Primark.
No, but I go to Primark, but that's my point.
That's
You see what I mean?
that's it. Or also, you know, like, even be happy. You can't just be happy. You have
just
to
be
take
happy.
action. to
Nike,
feel
just
happy.
do it. Just do what, mate?
So, but that's genius.
Just
from
doing
Nike.
what? Yeah, but it does work, I suppose. Just do
Do
it.
you know, action beats thought. Like, what do you think of that?
Action beats thought. Yeah, do you know what bugbears me? Now, I like a good quote, but I like a sensible quote.
Aye.
I don't like a bullshit quote, you know, people are posting all the time. And it's like,
Fluff.
actually, you're like, you know, the people, and this is very common, and a lot of people will know this, right? Say you follow someone on Instagram
Yeah.
and they get into a new relationship. And all of a sudden, their Instagram is literally just their new relationship. And you're like, oh, they've had their first weekend away in Europe. Oh, they went to a staycation. Oh, they date night. Oh, they're in the cinema. They're doing all the classics and they're photographing everything. And it's going well for about 6 months. And then, all of a sudden, there's radio silence for about a
Shit
week,
hits the
right?
fan.
And then quotes start appearing. When will I learn to love again? Right?
Yes.
You know,
Not everyone has the same heart. as
trust has to be built. It's not a given, you know, and then all the photographs are deleted.
Or what about
right?
this one?
I hate all that kind of stuff.
yours. Like, you know, fool me once. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me.
Fool me 3 times, I'm going to blow up your house.
But yeah, like,
Yeah, because I was looking at some of the stuff you do. It's just quite straightforward, positive, reaffirming a few things and stuff.
It's
isn't it?
more, my slant is more like self-worth, you know, because we can often chat to ourselves like we're a piece of shit. I often do like the inner critic.
the inner voice,
I call her Geraldine.
You have an inner voice called Georgie.
Geraldine.
So what? Give me an example.
So coming up the road here today, I was like, I feel a bit nervous.
Why?
You know, I just felt nervous because I was like, what am I going to bring to this pod? Then I thought, no, that's my inner critic. So Geraldine, she was on the passenger side. I was like, Geraldine, get to France. Do you know what I mean?
Get to France.
Get to France. Why on
Is that what you
go?
do? You say get... Is that
Out
a
the gap.
Tyrone thing?
Not even. I'm just trying not to curse because Mummy always gives me a compliment and says, "That you know what I like about you?
You don't curse.
You just like you don't curse online."
I should have heard her before we recorded this.
Yeah.
It was unreal. So, I want to say, you're teaching. You get this idea for this business. 2015, wasn't it?
2015.
Right. So, how did you start it?
So sitting in my sister's house. This is a good thing about having supportive sisters that go along with your weird and wonderful ideas. And I was like, I want to start a positivity page. This is what I want. This is what the start. You know, I was only young then. So and I was like, right, what are you gonna call it? I was like, I don't know. Then like the side of me seen her purse on her coffee table and it said a penny for your thoughts.
Yeah.
And I was like, yoink. She's like,
Take
well, you
that.
can't really take an iconic saying like that. I was like, well, penny thoughts. And then she said, throw the word little into it. Yeah.
Little penny thoughts.
And then Orla, she created a logo. This is me trying to do a logo. The cloud, and it's been her logo to this day. However, she did put a moon on it recently. There's a wee moon creeping out of it. And my brother then said, was all like, why is there a horn sticking out of your cloud? It's like, it's a moon ball. But anyway, Orla came on.
What a conversation at dinner in Tyrone. Why is there a horn out of your Clyde? It's a moon, Paul. All right. Like, what? That's such a 2023 conversation, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like, a new media conversation. Right, so she does the brand. How did you launch it? Or how did you come up with...
We just literally wing it ding dong for about, like, I'd say 2018. And then we realised, oh, just people like this. And then, just like you there, you know, touching your merch and all, you're like, you know, let's...
Available to buy.
Let's create something. Let's get the quotes out of out of the Instagram and Facebook, and like make a desktop calendar that you can flip that doesn't gather dust.
Yeah.
You know.
And you started to print all them and they just flew off the shelves.
I did it on a guy wee hotcakes.
Yeah. And you didn't expect it, did you?
Didn't expect it because I am not very businessy.
Yeah.
Either is Orla, but we're creative.
Yeah.
And I love the crack. So I kind of built a community. First, I kind of put the donkey before the cart. Is that what they say?
Cart. I love it.
The cart.
I swear to God.
What do you say?
Cart.
Cart. The carrot.
Can I just
carrot, the donkey and the carrot. What about
accent.
the carrot?
Yeah. Carrot.
So there's a cart. So I hear carrot.
Say cart again.
Carrot.
No, say cart.
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 Cart. And what else are you saying?
Say carrot.
Carrot.
Carrot. I love the way you sing.
Carrot.
Everything's a melody.
The carrot and the cart.
The carrot and the cart.
But when I speak fast, I'm not as strong, Cork.
No, you're not.
No, I'm very, very neutral, me.
You're very priest-like.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, like you sound like a priest.
Like I could do a funeral.
Oh, absolutely. Or
Do I sound like a priest?
Or a
you
wedding.
fucking mental.
Yeah.
I sound like... What does a priest sound like?
Kind of like that. You know, you've got a very...
And the Lamb of God will take away the sins of the world. Have mercy on you, John. I know what you were watching on the internet yesterday, you dirty bastard. Where's Annette Kelly? Shove your coat up your hole in the name of the Father.
The Son and the Holy Toast. Yeah.
Right.
But I love your accent. I love doing accents.
Yeah, can you do my accent?
I can do your accent.
You
Hold on.
can't.
No, that's... Hold on.
Right, how
Hold
about
on.
this?
No, but let me say
Okay,
something.
right, so.
Okay, right, so.
I was living in Belfast for a while.
I was living in Belfast for a while.
No.
No, you've got... You know, it's too...
I can do your accent.
Go on ahead.
I know, fucking cows in the field.
The field?
I don't know.
No, definitely not. I think we both suck at each other's accents.
Yeah.
But what about Scottish?
Scottish people. Oh man, I fucking know. You know, I see the kids at the weekends, Paul.
Oh, leave me alone. Stop it.
That's good.
What about Liverpool?
Yeah, mate. Fucking. Why? You going out tonight for a couple of fucking drinks, mate?
Chicken.
I love chicken. Chicken.
Garlic bread.
Fucking. No, that's Manchester.
Sorry.
That's Peter Kay, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. You get us a fucking can of Coke and some DLA, you fucking mad
I'm
bastard.
trying to remember Brookside.
Oh yeah.
So Jimmy, stop
Jimmy,
it.
stop it.
Jimmy Cockhill.
Stop it.
Leave me alone. Stop it, Jimmy. He's buried him in the garden.
That was in the Wirral, wasn't it?
Aye.
Yeah.
And
Brookside.
Sinbads.
Oh, Sinbad.
Oh, Sinbads.
Whatever happened to them? Anyway, we're going off track.
Sorry.
We're going off track.
Sorry, that's not like...
So you set up the Instagram, the Facebooks and all that kind of stuff, and you started selling the calendars. How did you sell them originally? Did you obviously go to somebody to print them? They came to your house and you just went to the post office? How did you do
it was a post office, and then we kind of then got a wee warehouse. We used to do it around the kitchen table. It was good crack. We used to listen to Billie Eilish. You know,
so you used to have a laugh packing the stuff.
And Orla just had a baby, and the baby was going about, and
yeah.
You know,
so Orla's your sister.
Orla's my sister.
Is she older or younger?
So older.
Right.
So there's Sinead's the eldest.
Sinead.
So she doesn't want she doesn't want nothing to do with it, but
there's always one in the family. There's always one in the family.
There's more sense.
There's always one in the family, isn't there?
And then Orla, we've teamed up, so we're both business partners, which is so funny because if you said to me, Annette, like say 10 years ago, oh, you'd be running two businesses, say, I'd be like, hey, I can't run a bath. Can't even run out of your road. And now I'm doing it because I'm just dinging it. You know what I mean?
I love it.
You know?
I just love your phrasing. It's brilliant.
So basically, me and Orla have teamed up, and we are like yin and yang.
Right.
She
married, kids.
Yes, yeah.
She's married kids, right.
And
you're
South
the youngest.
Armagh,
You're the youngest, do you?
Bandit country. Can I say that? Yes.
South Armagh, Bandit
South
country.
Armagh.
Never been. No plans on going.
Okay, but no, it's good. So that's where we're based. You know, and then because it's good that we have a business up there because if I had all the books, I'd throw them out like sweets, like in Santa. You know,
for free.
You know, I'm not very, but I'll get more business oriented.
So have you got an office?
Maybe we have an office, like a wee warehouse.
And you go in there every day?
No, not every day, but in peak season, say Chris, we're busy. We're not seasonal because we've added to the line of products, but we've cups too, you know.
Very good. And tell me, how many staff have you got?
So me and my sister, and then we've recently employed my brother Paul. He's class. He's operations manager.
There's three of you going in there.
Three of us. We're not in there all the time. We'd bust each other if we're there all the time. Take it in shifts, turns.
Oh, very good.
And then I suppose then off that's not all what I do. I'm equally into personal development coaching.
Yeah.
So I do events, so wellbeing events.
A lot of speaking and stuff.
Yeah, we've the Fela coming up now soon.
Yeah, I know.
It's called Fela Good for the Fela Good factor. Do you get it?
Is that the tagline for the year? Is every year there's a different tagline?
No. It's welcome in the world. I think it's the tagline for
to West
Fela.
Belfast.
Yeah, but maybe you'll come.
To the Fela?
No, maybe you'll come to our event on the 3rd of August.
Oh, I'm in Glasgow.
You're raging, aren't you?
It's Friday the 3rd.
No, it's Thursday.
I can go then.
Oh my God, do you?
I'm in Glasgow on the Friday.
Aye.
So I can go to...
Here, tell me this. How good are you sitting in an audience? Do you not be popping to get
What
up?
would I be doing in the audience?
Watching,
What am I watching?
Listening.
Watching you?
Be listening, yeah, to having the crack with people.
I can watch. Of course I can. I'm a human being, Lynette. I fucking... And it's I'm normal. I don't I can't just I can sit on a bus and wait till the bus gets to the place.
I
can.
I don't have any patience. I want to get up there.
Right. So when you set up, when this thing started to grow for you, I just want to get a bit of background. When this thing started to grow for you, when did you eventually leave the teaching? When did the point come where you go, I have to knock this on the head? I was making enough cash to cover.
Well, not even. I wasn't even. I was just burning the candle at both ends.
Right.
I was just trying to do it all, and you can't. So
Yeah.
I had to take the plunge and take the leap. And often people say to me, "Oh, you're so lucky." There's no luck about it.
It's hard work. Yeah.
I mightn't make it look as if it's hard work, but it is, and there's sacrifices, and then you do be broke for a while and stuff like that.
But you get there though. That's the thing. You got to persist, don't you?
And also, it's perspective as well. You can look at other people and, kind of compare yourself.
No, I think that's one thing that people don't do. So my girlfriend Julie, she has an online Instagram business called A Nice Touch, and she does signage, postage, signage, stationery, wedding invites or acrylic signs.
She would get on well with Orla.
Yeah, acrylic signs and all that kind of stuff. And she said that. What's Orla doing?
No, just to connect.
She'll get on. She'll get on well. Well, oh, they wouldn't get on well. They wouldn't get on well. It's just breaking your hand like that. Right. Fucking hell. This is great crack. I'm fascinated by your accent, by the way. Anyway. All right. Sean's making me laugh off camera, can I just say? Right. Yeah. Now, so she does stuff like that. And she might say get 6 or 7 orders a week, but she works full time as well.
Amazing.
So 6 to 7.
Side hustle.
It's not a complete side hustle. 6-7 hours a week, and sometimes she'll finish work at 5 o'clock, and she'll work from 6 to 9, 6 to 10 on the signage and stuff. She's like, got some orders this week. I'm like, brilliant. And I said, but there will come a point where she will have to make the decision, and it's kind of like, but if I go full time, I don't have enough orders. I go, but that's the exciting part. The amount of time you can spend then working on the business. You may have to tighten your belt for a while, but with everything comes risk. And also, if it doesn't work out, you just go back and get a job.
And where there's risk, it can be reward.
And massive high risk, high reward, as I call it.
But it's true, and it's all about, mindset and perspective and having that confidence to take the leap. And I suppose if I want to be seen as anything, is people say, if she can, I can. Yeah.
How did you just go into the school and say, I'm leaving teaching because I like putting quotes on a calendar?
But I
like, how do you know what I mean? How do you go from inspiring the next generation to putting quotes on a card? Like, do you understand? Like, I'm delighted. How did the teachers understand it? Like,
just we wanted to maybe like a career change or explore other things.
Did you tell them what you were doing?
Oh yeah, teaching's a bit of a public arena. Sometimes it feels like a bit like Emmerdale.
So everyone kind of knows that you're a teacher. You go on a Saturday night, you're like, oh, I teach his son. And
when you're teaching, I would have found that sometimes my identity was Miss Kelly. And I had to maybe have a certain persona.
Were you primary?
Primary.
I could tell you were primary.
Why is that?
I could just tell you were a primary school teacher from the way you are. I think you'd have more. I think you'd be more kinder to the kids.
You think so?
Yeah, I'd say you were very kind to them.
Aye, but then when
I'd say you're up for the crack with it. But I'd say people who teach in secondary school maybe a bit more sort of like couldn't give a fuck, you know.
But when I did a bit of subbing in secondary school, and you know, like I found myself very sarcastic. You know.
Trying to fit in with them, maybe.
I just like I'm your mate, like, you know, say like, you know, remember I was teaching school Marfell, all of this. He's like, Miss Kelly, I am doing my homework. And like he smiled at me and I says, Thomas, that's no bar. And then he's all like looked at me as if to say, no, you're meant to be cross. But then didn't Thomas's ma ring me and says, Miss Kelly, is that as I like, yeah, it's Miss Kelly. She got the extension and all. Rang the office and got the extension of my Miss Kelly. I says, hello, says it's Thomas's mother. I said, you know, so like Thomas is saying you're not giving him homework. I says, no, Mrs. Such and Such. No, can't give away Thomas Dante here, even though he's probably whatever age now. I said, no, that's not true. He told me this morning that he just doesn't want to do my homework. And he said, and what are you going to do about it? I was like, nothing.
Nothing.
But then I got in trouble for not caring.
Oh, right.
So, but you know what? A wise
Fuck 'em.
man, exactly. A wise man once said to me, you can take a horse to water, but
Yeah.
you can't make it drink.
But also the parents will blame the teacher for them not doing the homework
It's not
rather
really
than actually
Thomas's
looking at the
fault,
child.
not my
Like,
Thomas.
yeah, Thomas is the golden.
Thomas came in, I am doing my homework. And I said, no more. You know what I mean? I have bigger fish to fry.
Great accent.
You know.
It's a funny accent, isn't it? Mascala.
You know what I
I
mean?
didn't do my homework.
You know what I mean? Marfell, sir. You know.
Should do comedy, you.
I'd love that.
Would you?
Will you help me?
No, I'm busy. But like,
I love your honesty.
no, I don't.
But I
help.
could be your prodigy.
No.
No.
No, I don't coach.
Oh, don't coach. Do you believe in coaching?
No, I don't. I believe in coaching in some areas of life, but not other areas of life. You should. I think you should do comedy. I think you do well, but I can't really give advice on how to start because it's up to the individual to hunt it out yourself. You've got to want to do it. Like
Maybe I'll go to an open mic night.
there's plenty in Belfast. I can tell you which one's around, and you can contact them.
Yeah.
Would you try it?
I would try it. I would love to do it. Maybe something for charity. You know, so it'll make me do it.
Well, I might be doing a comedy charity night by the end of the year. We could put you on for 5 minutes.
5? Is that all I'm getting?
You're lucky to get 5 as a newbie.
Okay, sorry. Well, there we go. 5. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, do an hour. Bang out, do an hour.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, not an hour.
Give me have an hour of tried and tested material.
But like 5 minutes is hard. Like, so
Well, do you want 3 minutes?
No, but no, 5 minutes is too short.
No, you have to have a high impact.
High impact.
Well, in the first 2-3 sentences, you need to have them laughing.
I will try. I'll try my best.
Yeah, and do you know what you're doing? If you're looking for inspiration, just read some of your quotes.
Very good.
Every day is a new day.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you. So you go and you do this kind of like full time, and then how did you feel? Then you wanted to move into other areas of the speaking and the personal development because of what you did. Because everybody in the north knows who you are. Like, do you get stopped? Like, do you know what I mean? Like when I was telling people about it, like even Julie was like, "Oh fuck yeah, fuck that."
That's funny. Like, you know, I used to be so paranoid about it because I wasn't really, not that I wasn't proud of my brand. I was more like not proud of myself. I'm never proud of myself, but I'm just like, I'm just a net. And I'm just winging it. I'm winging it. Like
We're all winging it.
We're all winging it. And do you know
Look
what?
at this podcast.
The more people hold their hands up and say, here, I'm winging it too, the more people be like, aye, and can drop the shoulders and just be yourself.
But sure, everyone's winging it.
Aye, but some people are letting on they're not, that they've it sussed.
They're full
and
of
this is it. And even there, like say, personal development coaching, saturated online of people saying, you know, you could do this and get up in the morning and drink,
Biggest load of bollocks going.
smoothies, whatever.
Get out of bed
You know
at 4 o'clock.
Do you know what I mean? Filming themselves getting up out of bed.
But-
See the day an hour I film myself get up out of bed for a reel, that's when you can say, Annette, we're done.
Oh, my favourite one is the people who goes, follow me a day in the life of an entrepreneur. And then what they do is they put the camera at the end of the bed. Then they have to climb back into bed and then pretend that they've woken up again. Because they've had to get up to set up the camera.
But even getting
like, it's just so fucking...
But even getting into bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Some things
It's like you'd have to then get out of the bed. So they get it. click the light.
No, they got to get out of the bed, set the camera up, do the lighting, get back, press record, get back into the bed, then pretend they're getting out of bed again because it's recording.
It's a pure handling. Like, if I'm in the bed...
See what I mean?
Then they'll do another take.
And then they've got to edit that. And it's just like...
But...
Why showing us you getting out of bed? How is that going to inspire me to have a multi-million-pound business?
But seriously, like, it's hard enough getting out of bed in the morning. Do you know what I mean?
You know, we can imagine getting out of bed and going, I'm doing a reel today on my... Yeah, I'm doing a reel today.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, who does? Turn to your partner and go, I'm doing this for you. The biggest load of shit. But... Yeah, so imagine it, right? So this is the Instagram reel of people who go, follow me in my day in my life of an entrepreneur. I start my day at whatever 5 a.m. I get out of bed and the cover's open, but the camera's at the end of the room. So they've had to wake up, get out, set up the camera, press record, get back into bed, pretend they're asleep.
Tortures. I just fall back asleep.
Get back up again. Like the effort.
No, I think what takes me to the fair is nighttime one, like, because like if I'm lying in bed and I'm sleepy and the light's on, I'm like, I'm not getting up out of this bed, turn the light on. And sometimes I leave the light on, even though that's you say a bugbear. That's a bugbear like, above my mind, right? But imagine having a camera set up, you flicking the light, night, get into bed, but then you'd have to get up.
Turn the camera off.
Turn the camera off. Turn the light on. Turn the camera off. And then be like, right. And then start editing. Like, it's just... And then, but this is what sometimes people compare, you know, of a perfect day. There's no perfect day. Your perfect day is spend your day doing what you enjoy the most. And your every day is going to be different. Some days you're going to give it stacks or give it your best.
I just find it... But then again, I'm watching these clips going, fucking hell, what are you doing that for? And it's like, and they're getting hundreds and thousands of views.
Yeah, because it's aesthetic. It's aesthetic.
It's aesthetic. It looks...
It looks good. And, like, you know, the bed sheet, these people iron their bed clothes.
For these videos?
No, just in general. You know, I'd say.
Who's ironing bed sheets?
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
Apparently so. Like, that is beyond me. And you know what? I'm trying not to be judgy here, but I am. I'm judging.
Oh, judge away. This is the podcast for it. Trust me, we don't deal in facts. A lot of the stuff we talk about here is not fact checked.
Yeah.
We do come up with bullshit answers, and we try and predict stuff, and we talk about stuff that we don't even know what's going on half the time. So listen, the people who listen to this podcast aren't here for facts, all right?
That's good, okay.
What kind of personal development stuff are you doing?
I love the coaching I do at the minute.
So what could you coach me in now, if you were to coach me in something?
Career.
To do
career.
what?
Like direct, like say if you wanted to like maybe change career.
No, I don't.
That's okay, but maybe you want to maybe expand your career or build confidence in an area of your career. So is there an area in your career that you'd like to work on?
Yeah, my speech.
Your speech. Yes.
I don't feel I have great grammar, and I don't feel my speaking sometimes isn't slick enough or professional enough, my wording, and I do mix up words a lot. And a couple of years ago I noticed I was having a bit of a stutter come in because I was conscious of how for somebody who speaks for a living, I know I'm not as polished maybe as I should be, so I do lack a little bit of confidence in it, even though I do it. Yeah,
well, obviously I'm not like a speech therapist or like that, but I can help work on your confidence. So maybe confidence,
I'm fine in terms of standing up in front of people or internal self-esteem. I think my self-esteem is fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
Well, then you just don't. You probably wouldn't want to avail of my services.
No, that's that done.
That's that.
Okay,
so. What I mean? but like the people I work with usually is women. Okay, mainly, and their careers and confidence, and just like we're so hateful to ourselves. And like, you see if people actually believed in themselves and stopped giving a hoot about all that people thought about them.
Don't give us a
like. I swear to God, life would be amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Mental health would improve. Because see, when you're living your life, not living for others and for the approval of others, there's serious freedom. It's very liberating.
Yeah.
You strike me as someone that's, you live for yourself in the best way.
What do you mean, live for myself? As in,
you live for yourself as in you're going after what you want to do.
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah.
How hard's comedy?
It's hard.
Yeah. And like, you know,
It's all down to which person, you know.
but how many amazing comedians would there be out there sitting, maybe listening to this now, but like, oh no, I could
No
never,
comedians listen to this.
I could never get up.
There are no
Maybe
comedians
budding,
listening to this.
budding comedians, budding.
Or people that want to be comedians.
Maybe want to be comedians
Yeah.
and be like, I'd love to do that, but I don't have the confidence, or Jimmy down the road will slag me.
Oh, I read one book. It was about 100 pages, and that was the only book I've ever read that
In your
changed
life?
my life.
What
And
is it?
It's a book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway.
I love it.
I read that. I read that book about 6 months before I did comedy, before I did my first ever gig, and that book made me do comedy. And I don't push self-help shit. I think a lot of self-help is a load of bullshit, and I think a lot of it preys on vulnerable people
Agreed.
who are in very bad places in the world, very, very bad places in their life, and they're looking for an angle to give them some hope. And I think some of these self-help gurus, entrepreneurs, buy my course, I think are snake oil salesmen. They are fucking gangsters, right? But
I like that word.
There are certain areas of self-help that I think are very good, but I think you have to be aware of. Like I read this book one day called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. There was a page in there. If you want to live till you're 125, just believe it. And I just went, fuck that book in the bin. Like, what a load of bullshit. This To Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway was a great book. It's about 100 pages, so very cheap. And all it did was, it broke it down very simple things. There was none of this, you have to do this every day, you have to do that every day. It was basically, right, what is it you want to do? Okay, what's stopping you? My ability, my fear of failure, what other people think of me. And he just figured it all out for you. And you come to the conclusion is that, why are you wasting your time? Just get on with it.
Exactly.
Nothing bad will happen. And if something doesn't work out, you go, I remember when I did that and it didn't work out. Oh yeah, well at least I tried. And there was no bullshit. There was no like, buy my next book. It was just 100 pages, straight to the core. And I went, that was the book that did it for me.
Do you know what? Honestly, like, this is it. Like, not to get all sentimental and deep and all this here, but like, we only have one shot at this thing, whatever it is. And what's the most certain thing in life? What's certain?
Death.
Death, right?
That's what we like to talk about in this
we're talking about
podcast.
death, okay?
Death.
But my brother-in-law, he was doing a talk one night. He talked about the dash, right? He does personal development coaching too. Mark Hart, what a guy. But he talked about the dash, right? So we're born, right? So what year were you born?
Yeah, 82.
1982. And then there's...
I'm young though.
You're young. Oh, you are young. You're only a wee spring chicken. So 1982, on your tombstone, not to get morbid, but we're going here. 1982, and then there's a dash, right? And then there's obviously a question mark, because you don't know, like, you could be...
2058.
Jesus. Right, so say, right?
Booked it in already.
Right? Book the priest.
It's a Tuesday. I've booked the sermon in already, because, run out of priests, you need to book them up early.
Here,
Like.
do you know Wakes? Triangle sandwiches hit differently at Wakes.
Did it?
Yeah. Anyway, get back to us. And the tea's nicer at Wakes as well.
You think so? Why is that?
Just I don't know. I like
You like
tea
funeral food?
tar.
Do you like funeral food better than food?
Not really. I just like Wakes sandwiches.
There's now a level of sadness within the food, isn't there?
Anyway, okay. So 1982 dash, and then whatever it's going to be. We're not going to talk about that. But the most important part is the dash,
On your
right?
breast.
And how you live in it.
What are you
So
doing?
how you live in your dash.
Yeah, but
I
you're-
would say you're making a damn good job of living your dash at the minute, but that's only my perception.
There's a lot of things in my life I want to change.
Change or
Improve.
improve.
So many things. But I can't...
That's cool.
I
though.
can't figure them all out because I'm maybe not in a position to figure them all out.
Would you hear this? Hold on, I get my phone.
Here comes a quote, lads.
Yeah, it does come a quote because,
I do really, really like your stuff. It's really
oh,
good.
that's good. And
You
I'm
should be very
glad.
proud of yourself.
Actually, was a wee bit worried that you wouldn't.
No,
Not
no,
that
no,
we're
no.
worried, but it was like, is he gonna rip me out here today?
No, I'm not.
And then
I'm just
I'd be
having a laugh at you
But I
about
like
this.
that. But I like that.
Oh, no, I'd just be having a laugh at you.
Right.
But...
So this is today's quote. I haven't posted it
Do you
yet.
post a quote every day? You post a quote every day?
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is today's quote. I haven't posted yet, so you're getting exclusivity.
The behind the scenes.
BTS.
BTS. Go on.
Yes. Okay, so what if instead of thinking about solving your whole life, you just think about adding additional good things? One at a time, just let your pile of good things grow.
All right. So just say, for example, there's a part of my life that I'm not happy with. It's okay. Just go and add something else.
Yeah.
And then you'll have 100 things, 90 things might be good and 10 things might be bad. Focus on the 90.
Why? Well, like, that's it. And, like, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Like that quote too.
That's a good quote.
You know, because there's going to be loads of shit that's going to be flung at us. So, but, like, life's a bit like, you know, a dodgeball. So we have to dodge...
And how do you... Yeah, you have to dodge stuff.
Dip,
and how you...
duck and dive, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to just take the hit.
How do you take your own advice? Are
Well,
you good at your own advice?
Well, this is it. I'm very good. I have been in the past very good at giving advice. And, you know, pouring, you know, like, you can't pour from an empty cup. So I used to be very bad at, like, self-care and not able to say no and things like that. But when you reach burnout, when you hit a level of, again, just rock bottom, then you think, right, the only place is I have to rebuild here. So I have hit that. And by doing the work on yourself, and the work's messy. This is why when we see it online, people gloss it over as well-being. I'm like, no, this is not the reality. Self-help and getting therapy or whatever support is messy, but it's worth it. That's how you can step into being your true authentic self. You know, being yourself and being unapologetically yourself.
Yeah.
Your own accent and all.
Yeah.
Like, I used to think that when I got on the stage or if I was speaking somewhere, I would have to push up my accent until I tried one time and it was awful. It was the worst one ever.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't me. It wasn't Annette.
Yeah.
You know, whatever Annette is.
So, okay, because I don't know you that well and I don't want to go too personal with you because I don't...
Oh, no, you can.
Like,
go on ahead.
Like, so I would say I would be very happy personally. Okay?
Okay.
Personally, I'd be very happy, like, probably the happiest I've been.
That's lovely.
My girlfriend, she's some crack, like.
Oh,
she's brilliant. And
Julie.
Oh, she makes honestly...
Where did you meet?
Online.
On Tinder?
No, Hinge.
On Hinge?
Yeah. Like, do you know what the best thing about my missus is? And this is what my missus is that I can be 100% myself.
Yes, so important.
And she loves it. And I can say daft stuff. I can say stupid stuff. I can act a maggot. Like the other night, she was in bed and I came upstairs with the guitar and I said, I'm after writing a song about you. And she was like, what? And I said, this was the song. I just made it up. This bag goes, it's the winter and she cries. It's the summer and she cries. She's always crying. It's me girlfriend, Julie. So she's rolling around the bed laughing at my complete stupidity. And absolutely, she's looking at me. She's like, you're a gag. You're an absolute gag.
Oh, that's brilliant.
But the fact that I'm comfortable enough to do that with her makes me more attracted to her because she allows me to be who I am, right? Whereas before, I was a little bit more like, and I'm sure a lot of people who you speak to, and a lot of people who are listening might be like this, like, I have to have this, and I have to have that, and I have to have this, and I have to have that. No. Honest to God, meet somebody that allows you to be 100% and they become 100% more attractive.
I think that's the best advice I've ever got in my life.
Put that in as a quote.
Absolutely.
Andrew Ryan, Cork and the North podcast.
Will you write that down for me?
Do you know what I want to do? And we could do a business. I want you, you do your quotes. I want you to then do your opposite quote. And we can have a little sub-branch.
Sub-branch.
So I'll do a
Penny After Dark.
Penny After Dark, right? Calendar, 12 months. January. It's fucked, lads.
Yeah.
We're all fucked. It's because it's a long month.
I want to go back to this.
February. Do you know what I mean?
I like the conversation we're having there.
All right, go on.
So like that is, see what you're after saying there, like, it's so important. Like, relationships are so important. Whether it's, romantic or whether it's with your friends, being yourself, you can't beat it.
Oh, I've gone out with girls where they've been worried about what I would say in a group of people because I'm a comedian. They think that I'm a bit of a loose cannon. Whereas Julie's
they're not your person.
No, but Julie's just like, I love it.
My Julie.
Yeah.
Did you ever sing after her?
No. I don't say that. That's
Shaggy,
yeah. But she lets me say. So I want to ask you, so I would say, professionally, getting better all the time, always a work in progress, always learning, always making mistakes, always trying to improve, always trying to be the best that I can be. I know I may not be the most successful, or the least successful. But my point is that what I'm trying to say to you is, there's enough for everybody to go around and you just find your own place, right? So I'm fine with that. And I'm always trying to get better and improve. Personally, brilliant. Couldn't be happier. Buzzing with it. How do you take your own advice, your own personal development? You say, right, I'm happy with the brand, I'm happy with the work. What about how do you kind of put that into your own day-to-day life then?
So I would say this year, 2023, I said, right, I'm going to put my shoe off the pedal a wee bit. I felt as if I was just running myself
Into the ground.
Ragged. I was just
Busy with work.
busy all the time. You know, people would say to me, "You're so busy," and I'd be like, "Yeah,
It's great, isn't it?
it's great." But then now I know
I'm lonely.
busyness isn't a badge of honour. Beware of the barness of a busy life. You're just going on.
What you want to be busy for?
Do you know what I mean?
Just do your stuff.
Just do you know what I mean? Chill out. Like.
Yeah.
So I said this year I was going to try and do that. I struggled massively implementing that because I'm used to always being on the go.
Yeah.
And then sometimes then felt guilty and all that there, blah, blah, blah. But the more work I've done on myself, you know, you can only meet other people as deep as you've met yourself.
Yeah.
So I've kind of met myself, right, Annette, what are you running from? Why do you need to be busy all the time? Or, like, you know, you'd be asked to events.
Yeah.
Like, literally, Andrea, I'd have went to the opening of an envelope, right? I'm there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need to be there.
Yeah.
You know, what was I doing? I was either bored or felt as if I had to go.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm like, no has become a very prominent word in my vocabulary. No thank you, in fact. 3 words.
No, thank you.
No thank you. Booked. Not.
Booked up.
I'm not booked. I'm watching Netflix or rolling about,
Yeah.
you know.
So, would you say this new kind of life that you've had since 2015, 2018 really?
Yes.
So you say 5 years, you've gone through the pandemic and stuff, and you're like, you know, inspiring people every day. You've built a lovely brand. You're doing really well. It's kind of a family business and stuff. What is
Took over.
what that took over? So what's now, with your own advice, say for the next 3 or 4 years, are you going to take a step back from the business and focus on yourself more? Are you going to grow the business? Are you going to branch out? Or what? How do you go from, right, this thing we have, it works. What more can we do with it? You might say, well, we can do a little bit more here and there, but sometimes you go, well, I've done it now. Are you motivated by moving on to something else?
Like, I'd love to get into retail. That'd be cool.
Open a shop.
No.
Online
no,
retail.
No, we're purely online at the minute, but maybe getting stocked in a shop, like.
Or you want to move into a shop like an Eason's?
No, not
like a
Eason's.
Waterstones.
Maybe like Dunn's. I'm gonna put it out there. Dunn's.
Are you one of those that puts
Dunn's
things
or
into
like,
the universe?
No,
It's a lot
well,
of shite,
sometimes out. So or like somewhere in like a chain in England, you know, so that we pack
Clinton
and parcel
cards.
ourselves.
Wagamamas.
Oh yes, I love Wagamamas.
You don't
Like
have to sit down at
Avoca.
Wagamama and I go, just
Avoca.
a little quote.
You know.
Hurry the fuck up and order.
You know, exactly. You get a free quote calendar with your ramen.
Do you know what? Hotels.
Absolutely.
You know what? Go to hotels for and get the quote calendar on
desk.
the bedside locker, because very few places do the Bible
Are you
anymore.
trying to replace the Bible with the little penny thoughts?
Are you religious? Yeah.
I have great faith.
Oh, fair play
I
to
do.
you.
But like my faith, you know, is something that it's within me, and even like my granny's 97,
Yeah.
like, and I just get a real source of strength from
Do you
my
go to
faith.
church? You go to
I
mass?
talk about it. Yeah.
Every
I
Sunday
would.
or
not,
Saturday?
not every week, but I would definitely be like, you know, my daddy, he's very much faith in action. He's a doer. Doesn't talk about it. He's never talked about, you know, what we should be doing. He just does it. Like, just kindness in action. I'm just not being a dick.
Yeah.
I can say that. Just being a nice person and just being kind. But I do believe that comes from, you know, having faith. But faith is very personal to you. Like, we're not even talking about religion here. Just faith. You know, that belief in something. You know?
I do believe my mum died 4 years ago, and she had great faith, and she loved a bit of Padre Pio, and she had a rosary beads and all that. And it wouldn't be for me, but I will say this: it gave my mother great comfort, and I would never take that away from her, and I would never have questioned it. And whatever she wanted, she got. And if that's what makes her feel comfortable and makes her feel happy, then she is entitled to do whatever she wants and go wherever she wants. And I can see how it benefits other people. But also there's another part of me, there's an element of it, like I suppose in anything that we do, I'm a bit like, I'm not keen on this because of A, B, C and D. And I used to be an alt boy, like, and I remember the Canon used to scream at me and stuff, like, and so we all have positive experience, but I do believe there's something, just don't know what it is, you know. And I would never begrudge anybody. I could tell jokes about it and stuff like that, but I would never begrudge anybody who has faith, because I've seen how comforting it can be for some people.
Absolutely. Like, I definitely, faith is a massive part of my life, but not something I talk about very often simply because I don't want to offend people, but it's like private and personal to me, and it's not up to me to. Do you know what I mean? It's just something to me that I would, through hard times, faith gets me through, but also through good times as well. Would feel very thankful as well. I believe in that higher power.
How happy are you?
Oh, like out of 10.
Well, I suppose if you were to look at loads of areas in your life, how happy would you be?
I would say an 8.
Okay. And where were you 5 years ago?
5 years ago, probably 4 or 5,
Okay.
but people would have thought it was a 10.
So you have an 8, right? Well, that's the mask, isn't it, really? Yeah. So
Mask.
you say if you're an 8, that's brilliant. That's a great score. Are you now with this person, are you going to try and take your own advice and work on the 2, or are you going to grow the 8?
I'm just going to want to keep it steady.
Yeah.
Yet sometimes I'll go to a 7, but if I can keep a solid 8, and you talk about there, where do you want to go with the business? I'm kind of going to work on me, and then I think that then will strengthen the business, because I've kind of always maybe put my work or my business first, and then forgot about me.
If you're strong, you're happy, everything around you becomes stronger and
That's it.
happy.
And I become a better leader, become a better communicator, I become happier within myself, and life isn't as manic,
Yeah.
And
do you, when you say better leader and stuff like that, who, I'm just trying to figure out now.
team member, not really, I'm not a real leader, I just want to be a team member with my sister.
Yeah.
Working with family, it's communication's very important.
You fall out much?
Not really. We can clash in terms of my lack of communication skills and things like that, because I can be here, there and everywhere, but I'm getting better at that.
Yeah.
But no, Orla's a dote, Paul's a legend. I just feel very, very lucky. Mummy's a big fan of it too.
Is she?
Oh, if we've got a pop-up shop, she'll be there.
Oh, I'm telling you, there's
CPK.
nothing better than a happy mummy. Because
She's
when the
happy.
Irish mummy's happy, the world is happy.
Oh my God, absolutely.
If you're when the Irish mummy's in good form, you can't be in a better place,
Absolutely.
because there's tea on the go.
Oh my God.
There's biscuits on it. There's a fry going.
Sweet above.
They'll do anything for you, won't they? Irish
That's
mammies
it. Oh, without a doubt. And do you know what? She's just real. She's a real feeder.
Oh, I love the mammies out there that feed. I tell you something, they're a special breed, and I hope we never lose them. Those people, they're the finest Irish people. Is the Irish mammy that feeds you on the Sunday.
I hope that. Well, do you know what? I hope Mummy passes that down to me. I am a feeder. If someone comes to my gaff, I make sure that they get fed.
And do you live on your own?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Do you have kids?
No.
But you said to me, oh, you were joking. Oh, right, okay.
Just joking.
Oh, right.
What did I joke with you?
You said you meet a few kids, and you said they were all yours.
No, I said I hope
Was
they're
off.
Mummy.
Oh, they're all right. Oh, right. No, but I don't think I heard that bit.
No, so I said that I was made to marry at 16. And
Oh, yeah.
have
But
5
you're that's
children.
Tyrone,
That's Tyrone, exactly.
So that's old.
No, not yet, but I really look forward to hopefully someday if I'm blessed.
If you're blessed.
If I'm blessed.
So that's the way you would look at it.
I would look at it and I would in terms of what you said there, oh, it's not what's meant for you won't pass you by. I don't like saying that, but it's true. What's for you won't go by you in that sense.
Yeah.
What's meant is meant, and what's not is not. And I think like that today, but maybe tomorrow I'll not be thinking like that. Depends on the form. I'm in good form today.
You're in good form today.
Aye, but you see, it's energy. See, you're good. You're good energy.
Am I?
Aye, you are, because you're very.
By the merch. Good energy in the merch.
Yes, that's it. Yes, if you rub that,
I
Genie.
find talking to quite interesting because, obviously, we're in completely different worlds.
Completely.
So I'm kind of just listening to you, thinking, okay, I'm trying to, because I would slag a lot of things off, but I think I would do it from just a cheeky point of view rather than an actual. Yeah, but I do, when I was looking at your stuff, there was some things there I went, oh, I like that, but what I like is. I hate people that ram things down your fucking throat about life. You got to do this, you got to get that. You don't have to do anything. You can't tell me, oh, get out of bed. I have 3 kids, man. How can I get out of bed at 4 o'clock? I'm barely getting sleep. You know what I mean? No one. It's all these generic snake oil salesmen, that are selling you bullshit.
You don't like snake oil, do you?
Oh, I fucking hate them. They grate me,
Yeah,
and
because you're thinking of the vulnerable person buying that product.
That's my point. That's
don't have the money.
Because I was a victim of fraud many years ago, and the guy,
you?
it's I've spoke about it on the pod before, and the guy went to prison. Got 3 years in prison now. But it wasn't just me. There was loads of other people.
Okay, I need to listen
So
to that.
I am genuinely angry when I see vulnerable people being taken advantage of. Now, there's some elements out of it that are good, Do you know what I mean? Like I talk about the book that I read, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. That really changed me. It was 100 pages or so. It was the best book I ever wrote. $6.99 or something. I got it on Amazon, and it changed my life. And there was no bullshit with it. There was none of this. Oh, if you want to live till you're 500, just visualize it. It was simple, to the point.
Practical.
Listen, you want to do this, so find a way and stop fucking whinging about it. And who cares what other people think? And I just went, you know what? This is so straightforward. They weren't trying to sell me anything. They weren't trying to get me to buy another book. They weren't getting me to sign up to anything. You know what I mean? It was just like simple. And that was the best self-help book ever. And people say, oh, and I go into people's houses and I see fucking this book on how to increase your self-esteem, how to do this, how to do that. I'm like, what? You must have spent about 500 quid here. What are you spending 500 quid for? Next one, how to ease your financial burden. Well, you wouldn't have a fucking financial burden if you didn't buy all these fucking books.
And they probably have them in the audiobook too, in the Audibles.
Audiobook. And they're getting up in the morning, they're getting stones and rocks together. I need to rub the rocks against my face for energy. I need to get right energy today. I'm like, what is wrong?
All they need is your cup, just you.
What is wrong with you?
That's all you need is this cup.
And the walker goes, oh, I need to be zen today. What do you need to be zen for? Just crack on with yourself. Let's get on with it. Now I know then that people will be like, no, but Andrew, that's how I've been through trauma and I've done this and this is how I feel. I goes, yeah, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is there are people who do need a little bit of help, but then there's people out there who know that they need help and they go, ooh, money.
Well, this is it. You know, when I've been when I started Little Penny Thoughts in 2015, it was very much the Fit Fam era. You know, like gyms were that was the space and, you know, whatever. But now it's moved. Well-being and wellness is the buzzword.
Yeah,
now,
what's coming next, you think? Give it up. It's all coming to...
What is it?
Give it up.
Give it all up.
Give it all up. There's no point anymore.
No, do you know what? I don't know what's coming next, but you know what? I literally want social media and Instagram to be part of my life, but it's a part of it, but it's not all of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of us are really realising that, and I think I'm getting there. My phone usage is massively down. I've started to actively come off my Instagram.
Guess what? Yesterday, my screen time was down to 16%.
I was down about 8%. Well done. And inspiring. Get a quote for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, your screen time is not the real you.
You're not your phone.
Yeah. I think we should do an opposite calendar.
I think so.
Like really funny one. Anyway, Annette Kelly from...
Andrew,
thanks for coming in to enjoy it.
That.
I really do appreciate you coming in. I know, like, obviously we want to do different things. We want to have people on that are different and stuff like that. Here at Cork and our podcast. Little Penny Thoughts on Instagram. Yeah. I'm sure you know about it. Massive following. Please check it out. Annette is the lady and her sister who are behind all that stuff, doing massive stuff. Very big success story in not just in the north, but all over, I'm sure, the world where you're selling your stuff. And big and
Cork.
And Cork, where loads of things are to happen. And I hope they start getting into shops. And when you do, you come back on and we could do our own little funny calendar, opposites calendar. You know, what's for you won't past you, and my one will be, it's gone, get over yourself, fucking cop on. That's my quote.
Love it. Thanks so much, Andrew.
Annette, thanks for coming in. By the way, buy the fucking merch. And all of Annette's details will be on the links, okay? So you can follow her. Bye, Slán, Gurry Malgood.